Hi everyone, it's Dan Heller, consultant for VectorVest Canada. And if you're like me and most traders, we're always looking for that perfect indicator, the Holy Grail that gets you in and out without taking any losses. Well, that Holy Grail indicator doesn't exist, but it's important to have a good understanding of how indicators work. And there are indicators that can give you a trader's edge. The one I'm going to show you is what I consider to be a near perfect indicator, and I use it for virtually all of my setups. And you can see it here on the graph below, where the 40 period moving average of RT is in pink, and it comes into a valley, and in that valley it gains momentum and starts to turn to the upside, and price is moving to the upside when that happens. And it happened again over here. And we had a really nice gain with price moving up as well. So we do consider price action, but the 40 period moving average of RT, along with this green line, the 5 period moving average of RT, will give us some very nice entries. And the exit is when we get this cross down below, or at least the crest at the top of the 40 period moving average, giving us that alert that the price is starting to lose momentum. So let's go ahead and have a look at a few graphs to show you what we mean. So I'll open up VectorVest US. So this system works with any of our VectorVest countries: US, Canada, Australia, UK, and Europe. But I'm going to just stick to the US for brevity's sake. And I'll just go to the stock viewer from the home page. And there is a lot of red in that homepage. Again, today it's been a very volatile market. And so an indicator like the one I'm going to show you has just been invaluable to identify the opportunities, but also keep you out of trouble. So let's look at the stock viewer right here at the top. And it opens up all 9,000 stocks in the US database, but they're sorted by value, safety, and timing. So combining the fundamentals of relative value and relative safety along with our technical indicator, the RT, and that's that indicator of trend, momentum, and dynamics of the move. So that's going to be very helpful to us, and we'll just graph them all from here. And I'm opening it up to the VectorVest default layout, price for the 40 period moving average, and relative timing on its own down in the subgraph below. But I'm going to start us off by going to the Graph Layouts tab up here at the top right. Left click on that, and then I'm going to start with the Midas touch. So that's where we can get the elements of the layout that I think is almost the near perfect indicator. So from here, I'll just take off the two moving averages that we have on the graph. You'll notice that the Midas touch layout brings in the 40 period moving average of relative timing. Here it is in the subgraph. And this graph doesn't have a long history, and so I've got a 1 year daily graph, but it's only showing looks like about 7 or 8 months here. And but we're getting a good indication from the valley down below here, and then the thrust to the upside begins, and we had a nice rally there. So I might just add the 5 period moving average. Just left click on it, and I'll right click to change the style, make it a little bit bolder so you can see it a little bit better. Make the line thickness about a medium, and I'll go with a dark green color. And so we're all set. So with this stock, we see that the 5 period moving average started to move up here in August and crossed above the 40 period moving average on August 18, right about here. And we actually had a buy rating at the same time, so that's a nice confirmation. And price did continue to rally from there. And obviously we could take profit closer to the top here. But if we waited until the cross of the 5 and the 40 down below, we still had a very nice gain on that move. And then we've got another entry back here, and a buy rating to confirm if we wanted to wait for that. And then we got a nice move to the upside, and notice the 40 period moving average of RT really did keep going to the upside here. The 5 period, which is much faster, did come down and cross below right here, and that could be for the conservative to prudent investor, swing trader, an opportunity to take some profit. You got in somewhere around here, around $15. And here you were at $19. And if you waited to get out here, you're back down to 14. So you might have taken some profit a little bit earlier there. But if you waited and just followed this upsloping trend of the 40, you would be rewarded with a very nice gain all the way up to $25. But you could also have re-entered here and go from 17 to 25. So lots of ways to use this, but the main part I want to show you is just how consistent and visual the entries are when we have the slope of the 40 moving average falling and then flattening out in a valley here. The 5 period moving average crossing above the 40 is a good alert, and we can put in our buy order. And here we have that slope moving to the upside, and prices consistently moving along as well. All of that energy and momentum is building as the 40 moving average is falling, and then it gathers here in the consolidation and starts to rise from there. So a really great entry there as well at about $38. And as we move the date line to the upside, we're at 49, 50. And so as a swing trader, you would take some very nice profit. Here's another entry on Alcoa on December 16th. Nice valley again, and the crossover of the 5 crossing above the 40 moving average of RT. Price is starting to rise. We get a buy rating for a nice confirmation, and we go from $53.73. Follow this upsloping trend of the 40 moving average all the way up to 76. So it's just absolutely consistent, and it's not perfect. There will be occasions when you don't get out in time, or you get in too late and you don't make money, but you're getting in for the most part at the safest entries and following that momentum of the 40 period moving average and making some good profit along the way. Here's probably an example where we didn't make money, getting in at about $9.18. And in this case, the slope wasn't as strong. The trend wasn't as strong. The 40 period moving average really shows you that strength of trend. And we went from $9.18. We did get up to $10.41, but then we gave it all back if we stayed in, and wound up at about the same price that we started. So that is going to happen sometimes, but a pretty nice gain here. And these are the ones that can make your portfolio for the entire year when you get a few of these going for you. So here's another one, slope moving up. Now in this case, this would have been a loser. So we see the slope is not finished falling, but we get the 5 crossing above the 40, so we get an entry. And that happened at about $102. Now we did get up to 124, so hopefully you would have taken some profit there. But if you held on and waited until the 5 crossed the 40, you're back down to 112. So I guess a small profit in the bank there. But these are the ones that, where the slope is rising all the way along, where you can make some really good profit. Here's another opportunity. What I have noticed, when the 5 moving average of the RT really falls far below the 40 moving average of RT, we can look for a snap back. It's a very great example of a reversion to the mean, where we've really pulled far away from the 40 moving average, and it starts to move up from there. We actually get the buy rating at $112, and it goes up to 120. So the question you want to ask yourself as you're going through the graphs is, would I have had a chance to make money if I got in when the 5-period moving average crossed above the 40, which I guess it did back here, and especially when we got the buy rating and then we followed the slope to the upside? Did I have a chance to make money most of the time? And I think the answer, for me at least, has been yes. I've had a chance to make money if I used good money management techniques and had my stop prices in place. I could make money on this type of setup, and that's what you're looking for, is a good consistent win rate and not too many losers and not too many big losers is the key. Here's another, doesn't look like a huge slope, but the trend is really moving up, and we go from $4.69 all the way up to $8. And of course, energy has been very, very strong. So I'm using it on a end of day graph or daily graph, and it shows up very well. And for swing traders, it works really great. If you wanted to switch to a weekly graph, you'll get fewer signals, more meaningful signals perhaps. We'll see. So Zim hasn't been in the database that long, so we'll go to the next one. So here's Devon Energy. So here you're getting your entry at about $11. And in this case, we're following the upslope of the 40-period moving average all the way along here, starting at $11 and up here, crossing below for the second time really at $25, and it's time to exit the position. But on a weekly graph, smooths everything out, and if you have the patience, you can make money quite nicely on the weekly graph. Here's the shipping bulk carrier here, and a nice upsloping trend here, starting at 868 and moving up the upslope to $21. So you should be ready to take some profit. And maybe it comes here as the 40 moving average is flattening out on the RT, and the 5 has crossed below the 40 at about $17. And we get another entry opportunity over to the right edge, right about there. Steel dynamics, so something outside of petroleum. Let's have a look. So a good entry here. Maybe not as strong an entry as it was back here. This is still on the weekly graph. And then we did get a nice rising slope of the 40 all the way along, starting at about $28 and rising all the way to $34 at this level. A little bit of a consolidation, and then immediately starting with the uptrend on price again, a new buy rating at 45.72, and we move all the way up to $60. So I hope you like this approach. I think it's a simple, very visual entry approach. I do typically use it as a swing trading methodology with the daily graph, but again, it does work quite well with the weekly graph also. So whatever your investment style is, I think this is an indicator that, while it's not perfect, it's nearly perfect. So hopefully you enjoyed the video and the setup here. It's quite easy to set it up on a VectorVest graph. It's an exclusive indicator with VectorVest. Of course, you can set up searches to find some great entry points with this setup. And if you like this kind of video, as I go back to the slides, I hope you'll smash that like button, and we'll do more of these as we go along. If you're new to VectorVest, you've not tried it before, why not give it a try for 30 days? It's 99 cents. We have the New Year special going on, 99 cents US dollars. There's the number to call, and product support 188-658-7638. And thank you for watching.